All personnel, clear the launch platform.
All personnel, clear launch platform. Disneyland is your land.
The Leaving Today podcast, the show about the news, history, and attractions of the Disneyland Resort.
Disneyland is your land.
Well, come on, Wendy. Let's go.
But where are we going?
To Neverland.
Neverland.
Hello, hello, and hello. Welcome to the Leaving Today podcast, episode number 209. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whenever it is, and however it is. We do very much appreciate it. My name is Mark, and I'm one of the co-hosts of the LTP. Sitting to the right of me is the trail master of puppets himself, Udi.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Sitting to the left of me via FaceTime is Becky. Hey, Becky.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Jess is actually out of town today. She's on assignment. She was at Disneyland this week, so she'll be back with some information about her visit. So that's where she is today. And if this is your first time listening to the show, hey, welcome. We hope that you find the water to be very, very warm. We are an honest and open Disneyland podcast. We love the parks, but we do call it as we see it. And I think that's something I hope you guys can appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those of you who call us home, hey, welcome home. We're glad that you're here. If you'd like to help support the show, because today's show is sponsored by you, the listeners, you can do that at leavingtodaypodcast.com, which I need to update. I just kind of have a mental note. I got to do that. And we have a Patreon. What? Okay.
No, I'll be nice. I was going to be like, didn't we send you pictures? Like
we did. Actually, I need another. I don't know where Becky's picture went. Becky, can you please send me another picture? Because I don't have that.
You lost it.
Yeah, I have Udi's, but I don't know where yours went.
You know what?
Okay.
Don't take a disrespect. You probably just thought I said delete it.
No. I'm gonna take it.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah. Sorry about that. But we have a Patreon link on there, and that can help support the show. And also on Instagram, where we get a lot of engagement on that. We also have a link for our Patreon and our T-shirts that you can buy. And speaking of that, Christmas is coming up. Those make really good gifts. So go to TeePublic, and we're going to promote that more on Instagram. So just look alive for that. Also, LTP Lounge may be coming back. We're talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so anybody who has been following us knows that we've been trying to get that off the ground. And we tried one way, we didn't really like it. We tried another way, and we didn't really like it. That's why it's been kind of dark for a minute.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier today, we're going to try one other thing. And once we actually solidify that, because there's one person out of the equation that needs to get chimed in on that, and then we may be making an announcement and trying to get a relaunch on that. So if you're wondering what's happening with the lounge, that is what's going on. We didn't like how we were doing it, and so we pulled that back because we'd rather hold off for a little bit than put just things that we weren't happy with out.
Yeah.
So bear with us. We're learning. YouTube is not a format that we are familiar with at all.
No.
And I'm not a huge fan of it, but it is what it is, and YouTube right now is where it's at. So
Yeah.
To carve out a space there is very difficult, and it takes time, effort, and we don't want to put crap out, basically.
Faith, trust, and pixie dust.
Well, minus the pixie dust.
Oh.
Faith and trust and hard work.
Yeah, and hard work. It is hard work, but it should be fun, and that's kind of what we want it to be, is fun. And so we're kicking the rocks around in that. And then also, I want to give a shout out to John Justice. If you haven't listened to episode 208, go back and listen to that now.
Yep.
We had a special guest on, John Justice, and we are sitting at the table right now, and he sent us, it looks like a complete collection of books from his Embark series.
Yep.
And of course, we have not delved into them because we just got them.
I literally just got my copy right now.
Yeah, Udi has his copy. We have a full set here.
Yeah, thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, thank you.
And can I just chime this in real quick?
Sure.
If you guys who have listened to it enjoyed that. Go to his YouTube channel and go support him.
Yeah.
Go support him because, like I said at the end of that episode, when we find good people, we need to support him. Then Mark is actually more of an avid listener of him than I am. I've only learned of him through Mark.
Yeah.
And I've listened to a couple of shows. The guy's a very smart guy. He's very plugged in. He knows. He's very opinionated, which is good.
Yeah.
But he's just a good person. You can tell where he's coming
He's
from.
a really nice person.
Yeah, and where he's coming from is a place of truth. Like that's his honest opinion. It's not.
Yep.
It's not like us. That's why I think we jive, because we jive with people who we can tell like we don't always agree with. Sure, because he said something about Ray, and I'm like,
well,
that's
sure,
a
but
whole discussion right there. But
dude, it's fine if he likes Ray.
exactly,
and you don't
my
like Ray.
point. Exactly my point.
Yeah.
We can have that
Sure.
disagreement, but still, it's coming from a place of truth. So if you guys like him, please go follow him on his YouTube channels. I'm actually plugging into his Star Wars thing. I'm going to go back into his back catalog and start following up on his Star Wars podcast, because I'm very curious, because if you said Ray's his favorite character, I need to figure out why. So next time he's on, John, if you hear this, we're talking about that.
And
we're going to have a talk.
And by the way, it's not like you don't have a Star Wars show. You could have him on your show.
I know, but we have to.
True.
Yeah.
We have to have.
Okay. No.
We need to have
and vice
content
versa.
to talk about.
And vice.
I know,
Okay.
I know.
All right. Anyways, thank you, John Justice, and we'll be sending a plug on our Instagram again for you. All right. So people tune into our show because they want to talk about Disneyland stuff. All right. Today's opening question is: so where are we in the timeline? It is November 17th, 2024, 2 days after Tiana's Bayou Adventure opened to the general public Friday at Disneyland. So I did not go down there for any openings as the Magic Key. My question is to you is, what attraction would you want to go to, make a special trip down there for an opening for ahead of schedule? I mean, ahead of the public schedule.
Coming right now?
Coming up. I mean, sure. I guess now that I'm thinking about it, we would have probably done Rise.
We did do Rise. Oh, before?
Yeah, there wasn't.
Yeah, before.
There wasn't a Magic Key or at that
no,
point
no.
annual pass.
Oh no, that would have been the one. Like if they said, "Hey, you have an AP, we're going to get a preview." Yeah,
So you would have taken time off work to drive down there?
yeah, for that one, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Becky, how about-
I can't think of another one. I mean,
or anything coming up.
maybe maybe the Coco, or maybe Avatar. But I would lean more towards Coco because I'm more of a fan of Coco than I am of Avatar.
Okay.
Now, depending on what they wind up doing with Avatar, because that's a whole other mess that I think, are we going to talk about it? We're going to talk about it.
Sure.
That it depends on what they're actually coming with as opposed to what they're talking about. Like, talk is cheap. What are you really doing? So we shall see.
I think too, if they did something with Avatar where you could only go into the land, like you had to sign up to get into the land
Yeah.
each day, then that would be worth going ahead of time so you knew that you could see it. If they ever did something Mary Poppins, I would want to go ahead of time.
What if they did that at Epcot? Would you fly out for that?
Oh my gosh. Okay, it's
There
funny
was.
you say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So it's funny you say that because while I was sitting here at my desk waiting for you guys, I went onto Instagram and I saw Epcot has new Mary Poppins ears.
Oh, they do?
Like Minnie Mouse ears. And I really wanted them. Unfortunately, I can't fly there just to get the ears. But I love Mary Poppins.
Oh.
So it's tempting.
Where were those? Again?
You want me to show you? I'll show you a picture. They're at Epcot.
Oh,
They just came out.
I'm sure we can get Lewis. Lewis goes there quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, maybe we could. I would love that.
Okay.
They're really cute.
Okay. I think for me, I definitely would have gone down to Rise of the Resistance if we had a chance. If they said, "Hey, Magic Key holders, virtual key opportunity to do it," I would have done that. At least I would have tried. Now, I did ask the girls if they wanted to go to this TBA thing because I didn't really want to go there. But if they said, "No, Dad, we really, really want to go," then I probably would have said, "Well, we can probably drive down." It would have been hard, but I might have considered that.
Do you think TBA, if it wasn't a ride vehicle in a ride that you had technically been through already, or if it had opened in summer. Would that have changed your mind with it?
Yeah, that's good question. Yeah, if this was like June, I would have probably said, yeah, I'd be down for a water ride. And if it was a brand new attraction, not a re-themed attraction, then I would have been like, oh, yeah, we need to try this before things get crazy. So yeah, you're right, Becky. I that probably would have swayed me in the direction of let's go down there and try it. And then I'm thinking, well, shoot, what if we don't get on? But hey, you're still at Disneyland, so there's worse things to do.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like, oops, I guess we didn't get on. We still get to enjoy a fun day.
Yeah, totally. But I don't know of anything else. I mean, coming down the pipe, I don't know. Well, shoot, yeah. If Avatar is as big as they think it's going to be and everything, I might be down for doing a Magic Key preview. I mean, heck, before the COVID happened, Udi and I literally had a trip booked to go to Avengers Campus.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
for a preview?
Well, no, I
No.
Or just to see it?
Yeah,
The opening,
it
right?
had opened, but it was.
no, it hadn't opened yet.
Oh no, we were going to go for opening weekend, maybe. I'm trying to remember now. Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
We had it booked, and we're thinking this is going to be cool. We're going to go to the LTP is going to cover a brand new event which we've never done, but the fates did not allow that to happen. But so the question is, so the answer for me is the door is open, and I don't think I'd do Coco unless Udi goes. I need to go see Coco, and he needs like a +1. And I go, fucking dude, we'll go. But
We'll go.
yeah.
I think if we got something in Disney Forward that was anything like Disney Springs with some of those restaurants and anything Tangled, I would be really open to that.
Oh, you mean Fantasy Springs?
Oh yeah, sorry. What did I call it?
You said Disney
meant,
Springs.
Yeah, sorry, I meant Fantasy Springs.
Because Disney Springs is a whole different thing. I go, well, I wouldn't go down to a soft opening for that.
yeah, no, but that's cool too. But no, I meant Fantasy Springs.
Oh, okay, yeah, awesome. Oh, you know what? I was listening to the last episode, and just I need to make a correction. I said Steakhouse 33. I don't know why I said that. It's Steakhouse 55. So I'm sorry for all the people who actually people don't even listen to that. They go, whatever. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Steakhouse 55, not Steakhouse 33. Oh, okay. Well, that's the opening question.
I have one more question for you guys.
Yeah, of course.
So today, like you said, is November 17th, 2024.
Indeed.
Do you know what premiered in theaters 35 years ago today?
Sounds like a Jess question.
November 17th, 1989.
89.
God. What? Ooh.
Animation or live action?
Animation.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I have no idea about that kind of stuff. Lion King? Lion King?
No.
No. Wouldn't be Beauty and the Beast.
No.
Clearly, we have no idea.
Not Little Mermaid.
Oh.
It
is Little Mermaid?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Okay, that makes sense.
Is.
Yeah, Little Mermaid. Yeah, okay. It was a good guess.
Well, good. Wow, I didn't know that.
Anyways, we found that out by mistake the other day. My kids were watching Little Mermaid, and we were trying to guess the year that it was made. And anyways, I looked it up, and it's like, oh my gosh, that's in 2 days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That must have debuted at the theater. I don't know.
Yeah, debuted in the theater.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was no. Yeah, there was no direct to Prime TV, whatever.
Yeah, we had to watch a movie on a big, huge tape.
Oh, yeah.
And then rewind it if you missed something, or even to watch it again.
That's it.
It's crazy to think about that.
I know, crazy. Okay, well, good to know that. Well, let's go to the news.
Yeah.
To the news.
You listen to me now. You are talking about things that you do not understand.
All right, first news item is this comes from D23 Brazil. Disney Parks boss Josh D'Amaro says something, quote, something you haven't seen yet is coming to the new themed land in DCA, which I don't know why that they say things like that. But he said, we're so excited about the future of Disneyland Resort, especially at DCA, where we're creating a new experience inspired by the Avatar films, including something you haven't seen yet, which is that's not really a bold statement. No one's seen anything yet. D'Amaro made the comments over the weekend during the D23 Brazil, a smaller version of the Disney fan event that took over the Anaheim Convention Center in August.
Kinda lame.
So there's no new art that came out of it. No new. I mean, I scoured it and I did not see anything that no one else has seen. But it said the new Avatar experience planned for DCA was among a host of new attractions announced during the D23 fan event in Anaheim.
I knew about it. Oh, yeah. Oh, in Anaheim. Okay.
That will roll out over the next 5 years as part of the ambitious expansion plan. And nothing really new came out of this except that we're going to see things we haven't seen before, which is, I think, it's just a teaser, kind of silly. But it's worth a quick discussion about this. So next year is Disneyland's 70th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I do my math correctly, in 5 years it'll be the 75th.
You better double
You
check
got
it with.
that right, Mark.
Thank you.
Good
I don't know with the new math, maybe not.
New math. Is it more of a big? What's a bigger event, 70th or 75th?
75.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
do you
I
think
think so.
they're just having this ready for 75th anniversary?
They're gonna push.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, because that's my only way of thinking was like, well, maybe they're announcing it now, and they're not going to get it ready for 2028.
No.
For the Olympics. I mean, they might get Coco up and running, and they should get Coco up and running. That's
Look how long.
3 years.
Look at how long it took them to do a re-theme.
I don't think they're going to have Coco ready in
Nope.
3 years. I think Avatar will come before Coco.
I don't know if I'm gonna go. I don't
do
know
you
if I'm
care
gonna
to
go
wager
there.
an iced coffee on that, Becky?
I think you're wrong. I think.
Do you wanna do
I
that?
hope I'm wrong.
Do you-
I hope I'm wrong.
Okay, well, let's do it. Let's do an iced coffee on.
Okay.
Now, there's only a way to put this down as proof. I'm kidding. No, I'm of the mind that Disney needs to stop doing this right here, which is just reiterating, and then trying to put a new spin on a reiteration. I get it. You need to build hype. I'm not arguing that, okay? Because you do. You need to build hype in order to to get people into it, right? But my thing is like you're at a D23 event, and true, smaller, and yes, we had one just a few months ago.
Yeah.
I get that. But bring something new. And these are the things that make me not have faith in them. I want to believe them. I really
want to believe.
Exactly. Like they have a lot of people right now that are either we all fall in the three camps, right? Either the we believe everything they say and they're the pixie dusters, and then you have people like us who are like skeptical but want to believe, and then you have the people who don't believe a thing they say. And I think we're all in that middle ground where I think most people are. Most of us are in that middle ground. Like, I'm not sure if I believe you, but man, I really want that to be happening.
Yeah.
But I think right now Disney is failing on the hype game. We're going to talk about TBA here in a minute, I think, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the discussion
I would
goes as it
also
goes.
be more excited if I knew where it was going.
Right.
They may not
You know
know.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that makes me think, well, it's definitely not going to be here before 5 years.
Well,
if
yeah.
they don't even know.
Yep. Their track record right now, in my opinion, is not that good. Again, how long did it take for them to completely redo TBA? I mean, that was, a year and something? They didn't even have to build up anything. They had to literally tear things out and
Yeah.
and
Well,
retheme
and
it.
think about it. We got told that 4 years ago during COVID, almost 5 years
Yeah.
before it actually came to fruition.
Yeah. And again, there was no infrastructure they needed to build for that attraction. They didn't have to build. I mean, they literally took the existing framework, pulled off the exterior, well, interior. I mean, I'm being very vague, and I understand that, and very simplistic of the process. I understand that, but in essence, that's what they did. They didn't have to build anything. They had to. Well, the majority of it. I'm sure they had to build mechanical things. And they definitely had to get the animatronics and all those kind of things. I get all that, but the frame and the core of the attraction was there. They put a new paint job on a lot of things. Fine. They gutted the interior. Probably redid work on the flume, which was good. I'm sure they refurbed the flume when they had it dry. I hope they did.
Of course.
I'm pretty sure they did. And then put all the new things in. I can only imagine how long it's going to take them for them to actually build something. How long did it take them to build the carriage house for Haunted Mansion, a store, a steel structure thing?
Can we talk about that for a second? I don't like how that looks.
I don't like how it looks either.
The walls are down, and I go, that can't be finished.
No, it doesn't look finished to me.
Oh yeah, maybe it's not finished. So I'm just going to reserve judgment.
But the walls are down, so it's finished. They're not going to pull. It makes no sense for them to pull the walls down unless the exterior is finished. So that is their finished exterior, and I don't like it.
The color looked a little off.
Yeah.
From the mansion, didn't
Correct.
it?
Yep, it did.
Yep. I don't like the color. The building itself, I like the building, like the look of it, the A-frame and the whole thing. Like, that looks good to me.
Like the
The
architecture
actual
part,
architecture
Sure.
part of it. But the color and the cosmetics, I'm like, nope.
Not yet.
It looks too new. I want it.
I get
Honestly,
what you mean.
I want it to be more
A
dilapidated.
little more weathered, yeah.
Yeah. I think that would have been cool because it would have added to the whole spooky vibe. Because it even looking at the mansion,
Wouldn't it match the colors of the mansion?
yeah.
But it doesn't.
That's what I would think.
Yeah,
We
nope.
talked about that before, didn't
Yeah,
we?
we
That thought
did.
it would have to.
Yep.
match.
If not, it would be weird, and that's what they did. They didn't match it, so it looks weird. And remember, I remember saying it's like, well, they may not match it because they're like, well, it's supposed to be the carriage house, and the carriage
You
house looks
exactly
different.
said that.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that's what. And I remember saying, I hope they don't do that. But
Yeah.
they did do that. So here we are.
I did think though the view of TBA behind it looked nice.
I know,
Well,
yeah,
that was
yeah.
that was the actual carriage though, not the house.
Yep. You're right. And the actual bridge that goes over there, right to TBA, they have the waterfall over there running now, and that looks great.
Yeah,
There-
that
there-
looked really nice.
Yeah, there are parts of it that look really good, but like I feel like they need to revisit the colorway of the exterior.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, back to this one. Yeah, tomorrow's teasing this. We don't know where it's going to go. I think now we believe it's going to be part of the anchor for Disneyland Forward.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
For anybody else that's trying to jam it in that corner, I think you're either one of two things. One, you're not realistic in your view of and understanding logistically it doesn't work, or you're willing to accept a subpar attraction stuffed in there.
Yeah, I'm not.
And I'm not.
No.
I think that corner is very well suited for a Coco, even though I think it needs to be on the other side, but that's fine if they're going to put a Coco attraction. I think that corner is infinitely better suited for a Coco attraction than it is for a larger scale Avatar.
You mean the Hollywood backlot?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. And
And-
it could be built out like a whole
Correct.
village out there.
Correct. You could completely seal that off and build that all out and do everything on that back corner, and it would be amazing. I think you could do that. But again, like if people are insisting it's going to go there, you're asking. I don't see why Disney would do that, because I think it's cutting themselves off at the knees when they could really, Bob is dead set on this Avatar thing. Whatever, dude. I get it. Like, you're in charge of the company for now, and you're adamant because of the box office numbers, and I keep on telling you, bro, you need to let that go. It's not in the zeitgeist. But if they're going to do that, they're going to do a legit. I think if they're really going to build a legit land, it needs to be the anchor for Disney Forward.
Yeah.
I think that is really the only way we get something that we're not going to go in there and go like, wah, wah. Literally.
Well, and the thing is, okay, looking at tickets right now, to get a park hopper on a 3-day ticket, it's like $255 for the family,
Mm-hmm.
for my family. So that would be only 3 of us paying for a ticket.
Right.
To add a park hopper. That's a significant amount of
Yeah.
money. And when you think about it, what does DCA really have? To me, it doesn't add up.
No, no.
No.
There's
Currently,
not enough
no.
to do. so you want a park hopper. Like thinking about my days in the park, it's hard to say dedicate a full day to DCA and miss out on time at Disneyland because there's just not a lot of stuff to do. I don't know if I'm
I
just
completely
overly
agree.
negative.
No.
but
No.
I don't think there really is. Like even with Adventures Campus right now, you walk in and that area is nice, but there's not a lot to keep you there all day.
No, again,
I don't know.
No. You're spot on. I think Mark and I have often had that discussion where we talk about how DCA currently isn't an all-day park, and I think one of the many things that's holding DCA from really becoming an all-day park is two things. One, the content within the park, the size of the park, what's in there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot pull a full day. The other part of it that will never, ever go away is what's right on the other side of the Esplanade.
Right.
You can never get away from that. They'll never get out of the shadow of it being Disneyland proper, right the freak 100 yards that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever they try to do to DCA, and again, we're in what? 2.0, right? Version 2.0 for DCA? 3.0? 2.0?
2.0. Yeah.
2.0.
Yeah.
And I'm going to argue that once this gets rolling, we may be into version 3.0. But until then, even then, the attraction of it being a full day park is not there. They're trying to make it happen, and it's not going to happen.
No.
It's a discounted park. It's not as big. It doesn't have as many things. They're trying to bank on the IPs that are in there, which aren't carrying the same weight anymore. They're just not.
They're not. But I do enjoy making a couple laps in there and checking things out.
Yeah, I mean, it's still fun, but not like...
Yeah, I agree. It's still fun. I mean, there's stuff that I like in there, I really enjoy in there.
Yeah.
And Halloween, I love the colors at night, all the lights, the Headless Horseman.
Yeah.
There's certain things about it that are super unique, but it does need more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I guess I maybe am not as negative towards Avatar coming as I was, just because it does need a draw.
Sure.
But I really think it needs to be good.
Yeah. Me too.
It needs to be, it's never going to compete with Disneyland, the main park, but it needs to be something that can keep you engaged there.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. Okay, well, next news item, this will make Udi very happy, is Disneyland sells out of all the Magic Key passes in just 7 days. All 4 tiers of Magic Key annual passes are now only available for renewal. Disneyland's on-again, off-again sale of the Magic Key passes is once again off, as the theme park has halted sales of all levels of the popular annual passes after just a week. Disneyland paused sales on Tuesday, November 12th, on all 4 tiers of Magic Key annual passes after launching the sale 7 days earlier on November 6th. Yeah, that's really what's going on. They're pausing it again. So all of you who wanted to get them, you guys had a week to get them. And we're doing this song and dance again. We all know it is not stoked. But that's how it is.
Well, here's my question to you guys. How long do you think they keep this going?
This charade
Yeah.
of I don't know. It's why the valve isn't continuing on. I have no idea. They want to increase, again, I think it's a marketing thing that they want to create the scarcity and exclusivity. Did I say that right?
Exclusivity.
Yeah, that word. There's some words I just can't say. Sorry, folks. I should be able to say it, but I can't.
I tend to agree with you on that. But the thing that kind of is weird to me is I also think that if you get a family who gets in there and is super excited about their trip and like, oh, we have to come back soon, I could see them just out of pure emotions, like not thinking logically and just wanting to upgrade their tickets to an annual pass anyway.
Yeah.
So I also don't, but yeah, I guess it creates the demand and you have people who are excited and now they wait for Disney to announce they get in the virtual line and get their pass, they also aren't upgrading their ticket. They're just full on buying, which
Right.
maybe makes them have to take an extra trip. I don't know.
Well, that's a good point because they really are missing out in that market space when the family of four or just a couple, whatever, and he goes, "Hey, you know what? I bought a 2-day ticket. I like it a lot. I want to come back. I want to convert this to an annual pass."
They're not capitalizing on the ability to turn the one-time park goer into a multiple because they have settled into this whole thing about trying to maximize the one trip every 4 or 5 year person.
Yeah.
I don't know why they've done that. I don't know what algorithm, what information, whatever that they've had. I'm curious
Yeah.
to see what it is that has made them lurch in that direction so hard that they would pull away from the people who are going to come in and become avid. I feel like they've forgotten, or maybe they're just on their hands and gotten so comfortable with the Disney faithful. And I think it's probably more that we will just buy anything, we'll do everything, we'll go with whatever along with whatever, and continue to sing the praises of Disneyland. There are many people who still do.
Yeah.
But I think they have forgotten that number is becoming smaller. Okay, it is, and there are many factors that go in. The ticket prices are going up. You're axing people out of it. The good name of Disneyland, which Walt built, you're tarnishing. I don't care if you agree with me or not. I think it's fact at this point. So I think they need to get back to points like the people like us who sit here and talk about Disney every other week, Disneyland every other week, and there are many people who talk about it every week, if not more.
Every day.
Every day, there are people out there who talk about it every day, obviously. But my point is, like, we're the people who can bring more in.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a different point of view of looking at, like, do we maximize the one person who's coming in every 4 years and try to get $5,000 out of them? Or do we look at the people and go, like, hey, these people are going to come in, they're not going to make as much every trip, but over longevity and long term of the whole thing, they will spend more money there, and on top of it, they'll probably bring more people who are going to fall into that same program. So I guess that's why I'm curious, what analytics are they looking like? Like for them to go so hard in this direction where they're going to price people out and make it almost unaffordable for many people.
Yeah.
And they're continually being on this track, and we've seen it now for what, 6-7 years, well, for a very long time.
Yeah.
And really after the pandemic, it's really gotten, like, I feel like it's been on overdrive. And I won't go into why. I think you guys already know.
Sure.
Movie, other sectors failing, yada yada, all that
Yep,
stuff.
yep.
Yeah.
Well, it is true because where I live in California, like, a lot of people I knew used to have an annual pass, including my sister had an annual pass, my cousins had annual passes, and where I lived in Arizona was the exact same distance from Disneyland as I live now. And tons of people had stickers on their car or the little magnets that said they were annual pass holders.
Yep.
And I feel like a lot of people in Utah, I would see, would have annual passes. So, I mean, you were getting people there often. I don't know. I mean, it goes back to the same thing. I don't know what they're looking at, and also why you want it to just be a once in a lifetime trip versus another experience, because those people still spent a lot of money, like maybe did it a little differently sometimes, but yeah, it's interesting. It's not going to be like Disney World.
No.
That's so different. But it seems like they're kind of trying to make it like that.
They definitely are trying to make it like that. I just maybe in the new year they'll take off these restrictions and have it go back to how it used to be. We'll see, but probably not.
Probably not. I think I feel like there are going to be a few things coming up. I mean, the new CEO, all these things taking, whoever's going to take over for Bob Iger. Those are going to be the indicators of where we're going with this. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. They're going outside the company. It's clear now. But I don't know where. There are still plenty of people who would be a bad fit. I mean, I'm 100% of the bring shape it back. I mean, right now, 100%.
Oh, is that
Oh, yeah.
a movement?
No, I feel like I want to start it
He's
right now.
creating it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. We shall see how that goes, and I hope that maybe when we go in April, we can get them.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, that is if they're available.
That's what I'm talking about.
No,
Mhm.
I'm being
Well,
a
that's the
smart
other
ass.
thing, though, is you kind of know. Like, I guess if I missed out on it right now, in my mind, I would just think, okay, well, they'll probably be available in like 2 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll mark my, set an alarm that day. I don't know.
Lame though.
Like-
I don't know
mean,
what,
it is.
why are they
It's-
putting why are they putting restrictions on people wanting to give them their money?
I don't know.
But it just
Legit.
it's so weird. Like, I get what you're saying of supply and demand, or kind of like creating the scarcity.
Oh, they are.
But at the same time, I don't fully get it.
Don't
I
get it.
don't get why. But anyway,
This is why we don't get paid the big dollars for Disney to come up with logical
Exactly.
solutions.
Yeah,
Oh, we got a virtual queue.
because because we would walk into the room and we'd get yelled at because we'd be like, "You're dumb." I wouldn't be so rude. I'd be like, "That is not a very good idea." Let me tell you why. They really need to plug back into the voice of the people. They try, but I don't know if they're listening to it. I know they do surveys, and I keep on telling people, keep on doing that. I'm being of that mindset where the things are changing. I think they have no other way to go but change.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, well, next news item is this will be some cheer to you. Disneyland
Yes.
Resort released its 2024 distribution schedule for their candy canes.
oh yay!
Candy canes will be available from Candy Palace and Candy Kitchen in Disneyland Park on November 29th. Assorted dates through December, and they're only going to, and then from DCA they're only going to be at Charlie Treats. Basically, well, every day that they're not going to be at Disneyland, they're going to be over at Charlie Treats. So basically, it's like one day off of Disneyland's. Candy cane quantities are limited. For a chance to purchase a candy cane, wristbands or a mobile waitlist system will be used. If the waitlist is active, guests can add their name or phone number at the location to receive a text with a return time. The mobile waitlist system was introduced as an attempt to answer guest demands for the treats and ease long waits. Such wait times can fluctuate depending on park attendance and demand. In 2021, it took people about 2 hours to get called back into Charlie Treats after they joined the wait list. The iconic Disneyland treat is an annual tradition that dates back to 1968. These treats are handcrafted each year for the holiday season, from mixing the ingredients to hand pulling and rolling and twisting the delicious candy-shaped candies. Yeah. I remember Jay was talking about this on his previous show, and he says it is something it's worth doing. I've never had warm peppermint like that. Any kind of candy cane I've had has been from the store where it's been there and it's solid. But he says it's soft, it's malleable, it melts.
Yeah, I've seen them do it, and it's impressive when it's warm how malleable it is. You don't think about that because it's a hard candy, and you're like, man. But when it's warm, it's the same thing with like metal, right? When you see warm metal, it's like it can move and bend. You're like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yep. Not a big peppermint or candy cane person, but I would like to try like a little section of this just to see what it felt like.
Yep.
I think just because it's a tradition, at the park for so long, it would be worth it.
Right. And his advice was like, "Oh, I'm going to buy some and take them home for the friends and family." No, you got to eat it right there.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole thing. That's what makes it unique. And like I said, I've never had that experience. So I'm glad they're doing it. All right. Next news item is Disneyland announces a new Fantasmic dining package. With Fantasmic now back in all its glory at Disneyland Park, guests will soon be able to take advantage of a new dining package. Currently, guests have the option of booking a Fantasmic dining package at Blue Bayou, Riverbell Terrace, or Rancho del Zocalo.
Woo! Oh, sorry.
All three restaurants provide an exceptional lunch or dinner. Now, and this is breaking news. According to Disney, a new dining package will be available at Cafe Orleans starting on January 10th next year, 2025. Cafe Orleans Fantasmic Dining Package, when guests choose to book the magical new dining package, they will not only secure a great seat for Fantasmic, but they will also be treated to a 3-course dining experience at Cafe Orleans. Reservations can be made for lunch or dinner. The meal will begin with an appetizer, and guests have their choice of gumbo or sweet potato and lentil hummus. Next, it will be time for the steak frites entree, ribeye, and petite watercress salads served with a whatever sauce, or you can choose any of the restaurant's current entree.
Bernays.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yep.
Yeah, Bernays.
Oh.
Bernays.
Okay, there's a picture of it. And then finally, diners can indulge in a chocolate decadent tart dessert, which is comprised of dark chocolate coffee custard with chocolate cookie crust, topped with a mousse, rock, and Mickey decoration. I actually went online to see if you could do it for January, like 10th or 11th. You can't. They're not there. I don't know what's going on. But until I was going to see what the price is for this. I remember the prices for Rancho being somewhat reasonable, like $39 to $40.
Okay.
But I think Blue Bayou was up around $90. So this is probably going to fall in between that.
Yeah.
Have you guys eaten at Cafe Orleans before?
No.
No, that's actually one of the few I've not eaten at. Actually, one of the only ones I haven't eaten at.
I have.
I have you?
Yeah, because that's right on the. Yeah, I have. I had it with when I went and Jess was there. Her family was there. Yeah, we ate there.
Okay, cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had it. It's my sister's favorite place.
What do you guys
They had
get?
chicken
Like
there.
the steak frites?
No, I had chicken.
Yeah.
Whatever the
Or
chicken
the
was.
pomp. Yeah, I've gotten those. I remember getting a salad there,
Okay.
and I really liked it, like a big, nice salad. But my sister likes the Monte Cristo.
Yeah, that Monte
which
Cristo.
is- it's heavy food.
Yeah, that's gonna be the last thing you do all day.
Yeah, it's a little bit heavy. Like this meal looks kind of heavy for being at a theme park.
It does. It looks kind of heavy, but with the Monte Cristo, if you split it with someone, it's not that bad. It's not that big of a thing. You can stomach that.
Yeah, it's definitely one that you split, I think. All right, well, if you don't, no judgment. I'm not going to judge you.
Yeah. Well, I might.
I do love the gumbo, though.
I'm not a gumbo person.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Oh, I love gumbo.
Okay.
Well, I've had. Oh, what was that one gumbo? I've had one gumbo, but it wasn't traditional gumbo.
Oh, okay.
It was like an offshoot of gumbo. It was with like chorizo instead.
Oh, okay, that's good.
It was like a Mexican style, or not. I don't even know if you can call it Mexican style, but it had like chorizo in it and something else.
What is the definition of a gumbo? Is it fish based?
Yeah.
Okay, see, I wouldn't be into
Yeah,
that.
it is.
Yeah, and me
Okay.
either. That's why I was like, no, I'm not gonna. I'll never really have a gumbo. Even though I had some shrimp this past weekend, the weekend before when I was in Phoenix, it wasn't too bad. But I'm not a fish guy. Like I've had oysters, and those were good. Believe it or not.
If you like oysters, I feel like you could do anything fish related.
But here's the thing though: the oysters were like the way they were cooked and the way they were seasoned. You didn't have the oyster.
Oh, it wasn't like raw
man.
on the half shell.
It was, but the way they did the top, the way they put. I have a picture of it somewhere.
Okay.
And it wasn't like your traditional just straight up like oyster with the sauce. It was like it had season, so it was good. But it was more the seasoning, how they prepared it, rather than it being like just a straight up oyster.
Oh.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
I love oysters.
Yeah. Thanks, Christy. That was all her.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where like, we're going for your birthday, right? Cool. What I want that. I'm like, no, you're getting that. I'm like, I don't want that. Oh, you're gonna eat that. I'm like, freaking okay.
I'm not sure that I'd go here for the dining package, but
I wouldn't. I mean, it
I do want to go here sometime. I've when I go with the girls, I let them pick. I try to make reservations. I go, you guys, let's pick some places. I always offer it out there. They never want to go there, but I might try it next time. I have to take a look at the menu.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I think if my sister wanted to do the dining package and I was going with her, I would do it.
Okay. Well, you might have the opportunity when you go in February,
Yeah,
right?
true. She is going.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, maybe. If we do, I'll let you know.
Yes, please do. Please do. Okay, let's kind of wrap up the news, except let's talk briefly about TBA, because the feature presentation is going to be Downtown Disney stuff. We're going to go over that.
Yep.
I don't know if that's even a feature, but that's kind of the bigger the news. But TBA launched this Friday, and I don't know how it all went down. We did have a listener, Seth, who was there on opening day, and I'll just read his comment.
And unlike Rise, he didn't get to ride it.
Yeah, Seth was with us on opening day for Rise. Okay.
And thank you for the info, Seth.
Yeah.
I appreciate the hell out of it, buddy.
So I'm going to read it what he sent me verbatim here. Also, Joey was there, and Joey did get virtual queue.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, he did get virtual queue.
Yep, he did. I asked him if he paid for the lightning lane. Okay, so here's what Seth said. We went yesterday for opening day of We went yesterday for opening day of TBA. Well, mainly for the opening of Christmas. I tried for it in all 3 virtual queues with no luck. It was closed for much of the day. At 3 o'clock, there were only up to group 42. I was with a large group of maybe 20 different people, so we all tried and no one was able to get on. So I decided to ask around while there, and the only people that had a time were the people that had paid for the individual lightning lane, and they got a return of 10 p.m. and they bought it at 7:45. It seems like they had a very few virtual queue tickets available. So I said, well, how was the park otherwise? I said, I'm sorry, man. And he said, there were lots of people there, but waits for the rides were really short. I think most people were there to ride TBA and to get Christmas merchandise and food. I must have seen at least 10 people with at least 5 of the same popcorn buckets. Lines for food were crazy. Yeah, lines for food were crazy, and the new Tiana store had a line outside all day. The park looked great as always does for Christmas. So, mostly positive experience. And, yeah. So, Joey was there yesterday, or for opening day, and I guess he got on. So, I didn't want to see what he wrote, actually, because I'm kind of trying to be spoiler-free for this. But I think you sort of expect that. Nothing shocking with me at all with this opening day. Lines for Tiana's store were out the door. You go ahead and have fun.
Yep.
The store did look really nice.
I'm not waiting in line for that.
Did you not? Well, no, I wouldn't wait in line for it. But I mean, it did look nicer than I feel like I gave them credit for.
Yeah.
Ahead of time.
Yep, I do. I do think that too. But this will even out. I mean, if you come back next month, well, actually, Christmas is going to be busy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's going to even.
That's just such a busy time.
Yeah.
I think the reality of what that attraction is going to do will be into the new year. I mean, we have to also realize we're coming into winter, and it is a wet ride.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think maybe we won't really, now that I'm thinking about it, we really won't have any real good idea of how popular it will be until we hit the spring, summertime.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll get a better idea of what people are going to be, really, if they're going to connect with it. I think right now it's going to be difficult to really track it. I mean, after the hype of it opening simmers down, which I don't know how long that is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you think they're going to keep virtual queue?
6 months.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I think 6 months is going to be fair. They're going to track it, how the wait times are running, how people are queuing up for it, and then they'll do, I mean, because we all said that when Rise opened, and I remember saying this should not stay on virtual queue forever. I think once they realized the size of the queue and how quickly it moved, I mean, for anybody who has yet to have ridden on it moves quickly.
Yeah.
You know, basically for a 20-minute from queue start all the way through, it's a 20-minute thing, but it moves quickly. And I think Splash moved quickly before. And
did.
Yeah, and so I think this is going to be the same thing. I just don't know how many people are going to be, like I said, that into it.
You know, though, I have to say, it begs the question, and I don't know how I feel about it yet, But okay, so going to the park,
Yeah.
virtual queue on. If I know I'm only going once next year, I may be tempted to buy a pass for myself because my kids aren't tall enough to ride it.
You mean a lightning lane?
Yeah, or sorry, yeah, lightning lane
Okay.
for myself. I don't know though how I would feel. It would kind of just depend on that moment, what I'm thinking. But if I couldn't get into virtual queue, my kids are not tall enough to ride it anyways.
Oh,
It
yeah.
would just be me as a single rider,
Yeah, yeah.
more than likely. Like, it is tempting, but also part of me, just out of spite, would not want to do that because why am I paying to ride this?
And
So I don't know how I'd feel yet.
and you just answered it for me. That I would be like,
Mhm.
nope, not paying.
No.
Like,
You know,
why?
I am going on a firm like I'm not paying any lightning lane ever.
Uh-huh.
Ever. I don't care.
Well, and it just almost like reinforces them doing it.
Yeah.
When you buy it,
Mhm.
so why would I want to do that? But
Yeah.
I would be disappointed if I'm only going once in the year and I can't even get on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That would disappoint me.
Yeah, and on top of that, if I had ponied up the money for a lighting lane at 7:45 in the morning,
Yeah.
and my return time is 10 p.m., I'm less than happy.
I'm angry.
No,
I'm
I-
livid at that point.
No, when you said that part, my jaw kind of dropped.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking of it from a realistic perspective.
Yeah.
If I'm doing it at that time, I don't even know if I'm going to be in the park at that time. Like, my
Right.
kids could be tired. Something could happen. Like,
Right.
that's way too long to
Way
wait.
too long.
Way too long to wait.
I wonder if you can get your money back. I'm sure you can.
Yeah.
Or they give you
I-
credit
I
or something
bet
like
you
that.
could
because
argue it.
Maybe if you really asked.
Or
and-
transfer. No, I mean, I don't see how you at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, you're doing that. Then you're probably thinking, okay, maybe I'll go in peak day, maybe noon, maybe 1, maybe 2,
Right.
which would be fine.
Sure.
But 10 o'clock at night, no matter what, I mean, it could be in the summer, I don't care. But right now in the fall, winter,
Yeah.
oh, it makes a difference from sunlight. I mean, I'm working right now where I'm working. We're going from walking in with the sun relatively barely starting to come up. It's high 30s, low 40s, okay?
Mhm.
We go into the peak of the day. We're peak of the day, it's close to 60. That is a huge 20 degrees
Yeah.
span of temperature. And then once we're leaving again, it's already starting to drop already. So can you imagine that right now? I mean, LA is a different animal, we know. It's not going to get super cold, but still, it's relative, right?
Right.
So I wouldn't be happy at all. I'd be like, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. I'm not that into this ride to get
Yeah,
all
to do
wet
all
and
that.
do all that thing at 10 o'clock at night. I'm just not. And then I'm going to go sobby. And then, there are so many ways to, I know, I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be happy.
I wouldn't either.
Nope.
That would really disappoint me. But also not getting the virtual queue would disappoint me too.
Uh,
Just in general. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going. That would, yeah. But I've gotten on, like, whenever I've tried Rise, when it was virtual, I got on.
yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, interesting. We'll see how this plays out.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We always said that we'd have to wait and see once it opened.
Yeah.
And we're here now. And now we're gonna follow through. We're gonna keep on just watching. I'm gonna keep on listening to people's reactions and trying to track as much as I can what is going on there because I'm very, very curious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Jess had sent us something too that was a blog, and I forget the source, so I can't fully cite it. But they were talking about, I think it was like 10 a.m., and the ride still had not opened for the day.
Yeah.
Then they did an update, and it was like 12 or 12:30. It was opened. Then I think 3 p.m. it was down again.
It was the source was WDW.
Bro.
Oh yeah.
No.
WDW.
WDW NT.
Oh, news.
Okay.
News today.
News today.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, that's an issue. I didn't realize that the attraction wasn't up until 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I imagine the operating schedule is going to be different once they actually get it in full.
Well, I think it's going to be. I think this goes back to the overall bigger potential problem is the Imagineering, what they delivered to the park for operations and how many issues they may have. Because we heard a lot of stories about when Imagineering handed over the attraction to operations for Disney World, Florida, that there were a lot of issues still with the attraction.
Yeah.
And it was kind of left up to operations to kind of pick up the pieces and try to, make them right. I don't know what happened here. I haven't heard enough yet from this opening and what this attraction is as of yet. I'm curious because I really want to know what state they handed it over, and delivered it to the park.
Yeah.
And let them take over the operation of it. Because if they're having malfunctions and a lot of those issues, it's going to be up to the park to deal with them.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll only time will tell.
Only time will tell. Yep. But, it's exciting that we get something new. It may not be our cup of tea, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing it in real time and checking out with you when we go.
Yeah.
And getting your perspective. And
well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all going to be the same thing. Like, we feel unsure about it, but we want it to be good. We want to be happy. We want to be excited. So overall, we should be somewhat excited that we're getting something there, but we're going to also be very realistic on whether or not we like it.
Positives. It looks beautiful.
It does.
That's a positive. I mean, it really does. The exterior looks beautiful.
At night.
If you can't get on it, would you say no?
At night. At night. I'm not. I'm not.
I think during the day it looks fine.
Meh. I kind of like the other one better at night. I mean, during the day, I think with the rock and the formation, all that stuff, it looked a little bit better than the big mound of grass. But at night,
I get what you mean.
At night, the photos I've seen in the videos, it looks great.
Yeah.
At night,
Yeah, I don't think anybody has complaints about it at night. And I guess if we can't get on, we could take a train ride around and see some of the interior.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can, for sure. That's a good point. And that train station in Frontierland or New Orleans Square, it's the New Orleans Square Frontierland station's open now.
Yeah, good.
Which that looks nice.
Yeah, that does look nice. And they did a really good job. I mean, I'd like to see more of tables in there for this casual sitting and drinking, but maybe they can't, because the concept art showed people sitting around and gathering around and eating, but I don't know that you can, because it's a nice thoroughfare right from getting off Disneyland Railroad at that station going into New Orleans Square.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they really want people sitting around there eating.
I wouldn't.
We'll see.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's going to wrap up the news, and now let's go over to the feature presentation.
Are you listening to this episode and planning your next Disneyland getaway? Of course you are. You're a member of the LTP. Well, don't worry about your stay. We've got you covered. Check out our good friends at the Eden Rock Hotel. You can visit their website at EdenRockAnaheim.com and enter the code EdenMagic for 30% off your stay. That's EdenMagic. Now go back to planning the stuff that really matters. And yes, a churro is acceptable for breakfast.
Oh, okay. Well, this is really a continuation of the news, but this is kind of what I thought was kind of cool. We're talking about the new progress at Downtown Disney. So a lot of things were announced this week. So Disneyland was pretty busy this week. With the opening of TBA we just discussed, and now some new concept art and announcements were released for DCA. Opening December 6, 2024, Avengers Reserve will celebrate fandom and the stories of Earth's mightiest heroes and their amazing friends. At the entrance, a 9-foot Incredible Hulk sculpture will be smashing through the wall, while Spider-Man has climbed atop the building inside. The store will have a high-energy industrial vibe with lighting effects, authentic film props, and a media screen with a gaming demonstration station. The shop will carry comic books and must-have collectible superhero-inspired apparel and role-play toys for all ages. The collections will be refreshed regularly, so you'll want to come back again and again. Thoughts on this, you guys?
I like it.
Yep. I want pictures, though. I don't see any.
Is Tim?
Go look.
Becky, is Tim into any of the Marvel stuff?
Yeah, he likes it. And now, so at our local 4th of July parade, Spider-Man was there. And it's all boys in our family except for my 2 girls, and the boys went crazy.
Sure.
And so now my oldest is like, everything is Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Like when she's got her face painted, she asked to be Spider-Man, like not a princess.
Okay.
So I think I'm starting to get maybe a little love for it.
There you go.
And Tim likes superheroes, that sort of thing.
Okay. I can see Joey liking this. I can see Udi kind of getting into this.
Yeah, it depends. It depends. I think.
I don't see where any Marvel stuff. You must have something.
do.
What do you have?
Deadpool.
I've never seen that. But but then I'm not sure. I don't know Udi's complete wardrobe.
You
No.
don't know his whole wardrobe?
No, shockingly, I don't know. I've never seen you wear that.
Yeah, because I have a new flannel every week.
Yeah. Well, oh, yeah.
I'm wearing a new one now. I have another one on the way.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
No, this is the one I wore for the wedding.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, anyway, this story is not really my jam, but I will go into it and check it out, and I'm sure this will be a great addition to Downtown Disney.
Well, I think what's going to be important for them to be successful is I'm glad that they made that one line saying they're going to refresh.
Yeah.
And always good. I'm very, very, very curious what era of Marvel they're going to go to. What they're going to predominantly lean into. So
Avengers.
I'm going to say Avengers. I'm going to go with phases 1 through 3. Because they know that's going to make them money. Anything 4, 5, 6 has been garbage for money.
Well,
and I mean, it's been mixed for me on what I like out of it. But if they stick with phases 1 through 3 and stick with the original Avengers with Thor, Spidey, Iron Man, Cap, original Cap, not new Cap, Black Widow, Hulk, you're going to find. I think they're going to find a lot of return on that.
Sure.
So if they stick with that, with flavorings of the new stuff, which they're going to do because there are fans for the new stuff, without a doubt.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. I will definitely go in there, and like I said, I do have my the last thing I've bought from the park is an Avengers hoodie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I also. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I want them to have unique stuff too.
Yeah.
That is just at the parks.
And that's why I got that
don't know-
hoodie.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's totally realistic, but in my opinion, when they have that sort of thing, it just creates like a bigger buzz. It creates a reason to go into the store to find something. Like that makes all the difference, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. Like, well, the hoodie I have, you can't find outside of the park.
No.
It literally has on the sleeve, it says Disney California Adventure or Avengers Campus.
I love
think
that.
It says, yeah. And it's really low key. It's a full black. It's a really nice, clean looking hoodie. That's why I was like, okay, I'm gonna get that. But yeah, I agree with you completely. If they do have things that are gonna be exclusive for the parks and of that nature, then absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's going to be any X-Men stuff in here.
Probably. And they're gonna. I'm gonna bet
Wolverine.
you opening day is gonna be a bunch of Deadpool and Wolverine.
And then Fantastic Four, that's going to be coming out.
Correct.
But yeah, interesting. Okay, well, I'm glad that's there.
Yeah, no, it's a good sign. I'm not angry about it. I'm not mad at it.
No. Also opening on December 6th, the D-Lander shop. It will be a light, bright, and modern. I'm going to say it again. Also opening on December 6th, the D-Lander shop will be light, bright, modern, with a pop of colors, a relaxing lounge area, and the fitting rooms will have fabulous eye-catching artwork. That's super important. In all, this might be your new favorite place for trend-forward fashions and co-branded collections of apparel, handbags, and jewelry, including Kate Spade, Dooney & Burke, and dedicated Pandora jewelry shop within a shop. This might not be Udi's jam either.
Not even a little.
There's something like this. They have something very similar to this in Disney Springs, where we walked in and not really, but like the girls liked it. I was like, "What is going on here?" There's nothing.
We are not the demo.
But that's fine.
We are not the demo for that.
Becky might be the demo. Jess will be the demo.
Yeah, Jess is all over that.
Definitely, maybe even Jess a little more because it might be out of my budget currently, like not a family-friendly budget.
Yeah.
This time.
Yeah.
But I do love like the nice dresses and everything. Like to look at them. I love the Kate Spade purses.
Well, good. I'm sure you'll go in there and check things out.
Yeah.
I'll take a lap through there. Why not?
Yeah. I'll take a lap and go. Nope. Okay.
Nothing for me.
Opening this winter, Disney Wonderful World of Sweets will be a wonderful place with the sweetest taste, including a splendid array of new confectionery treats. The interior will be whimsical and colorful with dimensional murals of this delectable new world. And exhibition kitchens will be viewable from the promenade and inside the shop. Here you can pop in for favorite snacks such as caramel apples, sour balls, lollipops, churro toffee, and introducing the Disneyland Resort freshly made Werther's Original Caramel Popcorn. Oh, okay.
That sounds good.
These treats are perfect for gift giving or just take some home for yourself. I'm down with that.
Look at the concept art, and honestly, the building is pretty stunning for me. I like the way that. If I'm looking at the right one. Oh no, I'm looking at a different one.
Yeah, that's something
I'm
else.
looking at the interior of the other one. No,
Yeah.
it's going to be cool. Anyway, you look at that. I'm looking at the one above it now. No, it's going to be cool. You know, there's a. It reminds me. There's a place downtown that looks like this, but they don't do the fresh stuff. Anything fresh. So I think it's going to be awesome. Honestly.
Yeah. Yep.
I feel like Jess will hate this.
Well, she's
So I
upset
wanna
that.
ask her.
Yeah, she's upset that they changed the name because this is going to go when the Marceline's Confectionery is.
Yep.
And she's upset about the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I don't blame her.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
any of those little things are going to be little cuts away from Walton. I'm not a fan of that either, but I think overall, it's still going to be cool looking. And
Yeah,
if they're
just
adding
the
that kind of
shop in
stuff, it's fun.
general.
Yeah,
Yeah, and like you said, the good treats. I mean, when they're freshly made, it does make all the difference.
Yep.
yeah, I would totally dig some freshly made caramel popcorn.
That sounds so good.
It does.
Now, this would probably be, of what we've mentioned, Tim's favorite
Okay.
so far.
Yeah.
Just because he loves like a freshly dipped apple or, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I know I absolutely do not have a sweet tooth, so none of this stuff is, I mean, interesting. But caramel popcorn, I would try some of that for sure. Yeah, we've gotten a few things before. There's that churro thing, that churro toffee I've had, and it was wonderful.
Okay, actually, speaking of the churro toffee, though, we've had it too. And Tim just went to Costco, and they have a churro toffee. Tastes just like it.
Really?
He actually was at work, and anybody who came in that he knows is a big Disney fan, he was giving them a piece.
Oh, okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Actually, you know what? I like peanut brittle a lot. That is one thing I actually will eat a lot of.
Yep.
So
Well, it's like a salty sweet.
yeah.
It's a different
Yep.
type of sweet. But
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. Good. Excited. All right. Next item is the Parkside Market opening this winter with new details.
Yeah.
Parkside Market, and I think this is the concept that you're talking
That's
about.
what I was talking
Yeah, it
about.
looks gorgeous. Yeah. The Parkside Market will open this winter on the west end of the district, bringing 4 distinctive locations under one roof. We did talk about this before earlier in the LTP, but let's go through this again. First, let's reveal the name of the second-story bar, Vista Parkside Market, which will offer great views of the district to sip signature craft cocktails and mocktails made with local ingredients and artful garnishes. Yeah, wonderful. These will pair nicely with Parkside Market menus with full service right at your table. As we previously shared, Parkside Market will feature Soul Sister, a fast casual modern eatery serving Korean-style rice bowls, Sip and Sonder, serving lattes, fresh treats, frozen drinks, and delicious small bites, and Gigi's Kitchen Shop, serving chicken sandwiches, salads, and classic dinner table sides. Yeah, I'm all about this. This looks like it's a food hall concept,
Yeah.
and I am absolutely down with this. Taking a big sigh because there's a lot of opportunities for post-park libations and meals, and I'm kind of weighing this against. I'm just trying to think if Udi and I left the park at 11:30 or so at night, would we go here or would we go
No.
to Broken Spell Lounge
Yeah. That's where we're going.
or Trader Sam's?
That's where we're going. I mean, as cool as that look right now, until it's open, until I go, I don't see it supplanting the Trader Sam's or the
Broken Spell.
Broken Spell right now, because
I think, though, it's because, like, Broken Spell and Trader Sam's, they still have the Disney vibes.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Too, when you're in them. So
Yeah.
it's a unique experience where this does look really nice, but you could also find it other places.
Yeah,
Or something
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah,
Now, would you guys leave the park midday to go down here for lunch?
probably not.
What about you, Becky, and your family?
Probably not.
Same.
Yeah.
I would not.
No, I mean, these are the things that It isn't a draw. This
No.
is in the side. You know what I mean?
No.
Um,
Now, if I'm there the day before my trip, like the day before we're going into a
Yep.
park,
Yep.
I absolutely would.
Yep. Same with us. We always, when we try to plan a trip, we try to book in the beginning and the end, so we have at least 3 or 4 hours at the at downtown Disney just to do this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of where this would fit in for me. See, I don't think it'd be a game time decision, honestly. But if we're walking past it at night and we want to go to the Broken Spell Lounge, I don't think this is going to draw me into it. Unless other people go, let's go check it out. Then I'm down. But for the most part, I don't know. We'll see. I'm just happy it's there. I love the architecture. I think it looks great.
Now, the other thing it does bring up, though, when
Yeah.
you're talking about this, is now that the park hopper is so expensive, and knowing that I most likely wouldn't do a park hopper anymore, maybe I would on a DCA day if you're leaving the park early and going back to your hotel.
Yes.
Maybe I would say, okay, let's go to downtown Disney. Let's check this out.
Yep. Absolutely. That's a solid point, and that's probably a real life scenario too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And dang, the park hopper tickets, they need to knock that off too. That's just that's asinine.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I never thought I would be one to not do a park hopper.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, I checked it out for our family. It was $255
I just-
extra. That's significant.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's-
that's a night in a hotel.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Or a low end Kate Spade bag. Actually, not even you can maybe just the Kate part. You wouldn't get the Spade part.
You could get one on clearance.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah, slightly used.
Yeah.
Actually, I have
but
no idea what those cost.
Exactly, though. I would rather spend it on something like that, like some sort of treat.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Speaking of treats, we got our first look at the first of its kind concept for Porto's Bakery and Cafe. Scrumptious plans are underway for Porto's Bakery and Cafe, and we want to give you the first look. This is from the OC Register, so this is why it says like that. So we got some conceptual art of this building, and this is currently where Earl of Sandwich is, and the Earl of Sandwich Tavern is. So looks like it's almost going to be a complete demo. I don't know how they're going to build out if it wasn't, but we've got Porto's fans will be able to pick up their signature cheese rolls, potato balls, and other favorite goodies from its bakery and cafe. And for those looking for enhanced Porto's experience, this will be the first Porto's location with sit-down table service and a full bar. Again, this looks fabulous. Now, I've never been to Porto's. It must be a SoCal thing.
People are obsessed with it, aren't they?
Yeah. I've heard nothing but great things about it, and I'm very curious about this. I mean, I've never had potato ball or whatever they're talking about, cheese ball. was that what it was? Cheese.
Yeah,
oh, sorry,
cheese rolls.
sorry, cheese rolls and potato balls.
Yeah.
And other things. I mean, this sounds great. I want all that stuff. I want to try it.
I wonder what the sit-down menu is going to be. Wait, is it sit-down table service?
Yeah, and a full
Yeah.
bar. Yeah, so they could probably. I don't know. Do they have sandwiches there? I have no idea what they have.
That's what I'm wondering. The inside looks really nice, though.
Yep, it looks fabulous. And speaking of bookends, this is on one end of downtown Disney, and the previous Parkside Market's on the other end. So you've got two really interesting dining concepts on either end.
You know what I'm glad they're doing, because what they're trying to do, and I think after you told me about Disney Springs never being there, they're really trying to incorporate that kind of feel. I feel like
yes,
to pull a lot of the local people in and make it. I mean, when you go to downtown Disney, it's already full of people. I mean, and they're they're not all going to be park goers. They're going to be people from around the surrounding area.
Yep.
And they're making this a destination for people not going to the park.
Yes.
You know, and that to me is cool. It's another good point of revenue for them, and for the people. So hopefully all these businesses are super successful, because I think it only helps to the overall vibe and the entirety of the area. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I'm glad they're doing a lot of it, and it looks really good. Everything that we're seeing concept-wise looks pretty cool. I just hope they deliver on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it all, like, with having so much adding there, it would change, I know, my trip to say, okay, let's stop there and grab food before we head out, before we drive home, or I don't know, getting in, almost wanting to get there earlier the day before we go into the parks just to be able to walk through it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We always do that. Like I said, we always plan to get, like, if our flight's going to be, we'll get our flight so we can get in there. So we have, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours so we can hang out and do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it does encourage that, I think.
Yep. And the buildings are the architecture I'm seeing, they're very akin to that Naples restaurant there.
Oh, yeah.
With
You're right. They are.
With the high vertical windows and open interiors. And yeah, and that's going to lead us to our next topic, which I think I'm kind of most excited about this. And when I saw this, I go, oh, Udi's going to love this. Announcing Arthur & Sons Steak and Bourbon and Pearl's Roadside Barbecue Restaurants. Here's more meaty news about 2 new restaurant concepts in the works for downtown Disney and by Michelin star chef Joe Isidore. Arthur & Sons Steak and Bourbon will be a classic steakhouse with a lively center bar offering prime cuts of beef, fresh seafood, sandwiches, and salads, and an impressive selection of bourbon and inventive cocktails.
Ooh, buddy.
Concept art of Arthur & Sons in downtown Disney shows a towering atrium with a cascading crystal ball chandelier and a single-story restaurant where the 2-story Joe's once stood. Arthur & Sons marks the return of a steakhouse to Disneyland Resort for the first time since the pandemic closure of the parks in 2020. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Disneyland shuttered Steakhouse 55 in the Disneyland Hotel that took diners back to a bygone era of lavish decadence and old Hollywood glamour with dirty martinis, bone and ribeyes, and a legendary 24-layer chocolate cake. Yeah. Walt Disney Imagineering created a new Broken Spell Lounge in the former Steakhouse 55 location. So let's talk about this real quick.
I can't wait for that one.
Initial thoughts.
No, I think the exterior of the building, again, concept-wise, is great.
Yep.
And
I agree.
I'm very, very curious seeing the official menu and their offerings. I mean, they're going to have
100%.
Yeah. I don't really care if the steak is good. That's fine. But I'm curious of what they're going to do for bourbon. And I know 100%.
At the steakhouse, you don't care about the steak. You care about the bourbon.
No. I'm more curious about the because a steakhouse is a steakhouse. I mean,
okay.
And I'm not trying
If
to
you have
denigrate.
enough bourbon, every steak tastes good.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Well, I'm curious. They're going to do flights. What kind? Like, I'm going to walk and be like, okay, what haven't I tried? What are the differences? And for anybody who likes bourbon like I do, I talk to many people like, well, what's the difference? I'm like, well, here, I mean, more smoke, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I can go on and on about this stuff. I'm not going to. But anyway.
Udi's Bourbon Podcast is going to debut on Spotify January 1st.
No, I don't drink it that much.
Okay.
Only every weekend. But yeah. I'm curious. It looks great. I'm glad that they're doing a steakhouse. I mean, we've talked about it before that Disney, that area, downtown Disney without a steakhouse seemed weird.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're replacing it. It looks like they are putting good thought into it. And again, like bourbon.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Becky, what are your initial thoughts?
I like it.
Okay.
I think it looks really cool. I'm glad they're having a steakhouse there. I don't know that I would necessarily go unless we can sneak away from the kids.
Yeah.
Type of situation, but I love it.
Right. I'm picking up on a adult themed experience.
100%.
And I like that. I really wanted to celebrate my birthday at Steakhouse 55. I had never been there. And it was closed when I was there for my birthday. And so I'm hoping that this vibe is more of a relaxing evening. They said old Hollywood, that kind of stuff. And I'm hoping there's pictures of Disneyland from the 50s in there.
That'd be great.
And guests that may have been the Steakhouse 55. I want to get in that atmosphere, and I want to spend I want to spend like 3 hours here just having a steak and a cocktail. I don't know much about bourbon, so but I would enjoy the atmosphere, and I'm looking forward to doing this. And yeah, I'm curious to see what the menu is going to be like. I'm curious to see what it all looks like inside. I'm stoked.
I would think they'd have to have some flights to like try different bourbons.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Flight.
Yeah, I mean it's in the name, so So I'm stoked about that. Yeah. Next thing adjacent to it is going to be called Pearl's Roadside Barbecue. Now, yesterday I was in Napa with Wendy, and it's over in St. Helena, actually, is where we were. And there's a Taylor's Roadside, which is like Gott's Roadside. It's the same company. And it looks just like this.
Really?
Yeah, it's white and red, and it's a drive-in or drive-through, but you can also sit there, and we didn't eat there, but I've been there before, but it's the same concept. It'll be a quick service eatery offering flavorful dishes such as pulled pork, beef brisket, and smoked heritage turkey. I don't know what that means. I know what heritage turkey is, with house-made sauces, along with craft beers and moonshine cocktails. Concept art of Pearl's Roadside shows a large outdoor patio and a U-shaped bar facing Splitsville luxury lanes in downtown Disney. The signage promises quality queue, magnificent shine, and sassy sides. You may see work beginning where these restaurants will be built on the footprint of former Tortilla Joe's. What do you guys think about this?
I love it.
Yeah, this might be something you can do. Well, you can 100% do this with your or any family, really.
Yeah, and I guarantee my husband would want to. Well, I can almost guarantee.
Oh, for sure. Oh, no.
I'm pretty sure.
Yep. I love the concept. I think this is going to be popular. I think it's going to be jam packed, and that alleyway they're showing, it doesn't exactly look like that, because I know what they're talking about. I don't know where they're getting those trees from.
I don't know either.
But
I was just going to ask too, that grass area, that almost looks like a place that kids could run around and.
Well, it is there. Yeah, there is.
Why am I not picturing it?
It's fake grass. So right outside of Splitsville, they have that outdoor area now with like cornhole and some other games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know where you're talking about now.
Yeah, and so it's there, and so that's got to be the grass they're talking about.
Yeah,
but those trees in the background, that's not real.
There. Yeah, no.
Yeah. I know.
But I'm so stoked for this, and how do I phrase this? Is this worth Tortilla Joe's being shut down for? Because Tortilla Joe's, I loved it.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, me too.
For me, I'm like, yeah, but
yeah, no, yeah, you're right. But maybe we'll get something when Coco comes into DCA.
Maybe.
Maybe we'll see. Anyways, I'm happy. This is a win, and I'm mostly excited about the steakhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, with Tortilla Joe's being gone, you're getting two concepts, and you're getting a nice steakhouse restaurant. Which is nice. Barbecue. I mean, we will have the barbecue place inside Disneyland now, but this looks a bit different than that too.
Yep.
I think it'll be popular.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
So Udi, let's say we're leaving the park at 10:30 or something.
Okay.
And we're gonna go back to Eden Rock.
Okay.
Are we stopping here to get a bourbon? Or are we stopping at Broken Spell or Trace Sam's?
Depends on the day.
That's
I mean, a definite maybe.
Okay. Okay.
I can give you a definite maybe.
Okay.
I think Broken Spell looks so nice. Like that is one place that makes me like, okay, it makes me think, can I find a babysitter for my children while I'm here?
Yep.
Can I hire somebody or beg my parents when we go with them? Just because that does look so nice.
Yeah, and we have the difference I have, and the reason why I'm being not as committal is because these are all concept. I need to see finished. With Broken Spell, it's there.
Yep, I've seen it firsthand.
That's a
we
good
know what
point,
it looks
yeah.
like. So they could open and deliver it, and I'd be like, no, thank you, or be like, heck yeah, and I don't know.
Yep.
Either way, I think you could go to Trader Sam's because either one is a first stop, and then Trader Sam's is your last stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I'm stoked, and I'm thinking, where are we now? Fall of 2024. Is this going to be open in fall of 2025?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Udi's making a bold scene. He's not even pulling punches.
These are single buildings. I don't see why these are not built in a year.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I really don't.
Do you think by summer?
No.
So
I think
it's going to take
a year.
a year.
I mean, because they still have to demo, right? Am I wrong with that?
You're not wrong. They need
Yeah.
to demo Tortilla Joe's.
Yeah, demo and cleanup is going to be at least a month, at the bare minimum a month. And we're coming into the weather where, in Southern California, so the weather isn't such a, what is it, an unknown factor?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it'll be a year to clear that up. I mean, we are currently, the project I am, which is a 7-building project, we're going to be done in a year and a half with 7 buildings.
Okay.
So if they can't get this done in a year for 2 single buildings, they got problems.
Yep.
I mean, they can throw up a Cane's restaurant in 3 months. So, yeah, the architecture of it and the overall look of it, of the concept, is not a complicated architecture.
No.
They're pretty straight up framing, nothing too crazy. The exteriors are going to be more. So yeah, I mean, I don't see them taking. I mean, we did another 5-building project. We took less than a year
Okay.
to build out.
Yeah. Well, they should get this done.
Yeah, so they should get it done. Yeah,
Okay.
opening next year. I don't know about summer. Depends on a lot of factors, but a year, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh,
I am really.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead,
I
Becky.
am really happy with all the restaurants that they're adding in there, just in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah.
I mean, Black Tap, I think, is really good
Yes.
and really strong right now. There's a lot of really great places and a lot of variety.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah, and this is, again, making it more for the locals, but I think it's cool because, yeah, like what Mark does with his family, I think it's going to be one of those things like we're going to fly in at 5. We don't have anything, we're not going to the park, until tomorrow.
Yep.
Let's go hang out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we do that on our way out. We try to book our flights 3 or 4 in the afternoon so we can get up and hang out for a couple hours.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
chillax before we fly home.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, that's going to wrap up episode number 209. Pretty good discussion about all things Disneyland today.
Yep.
We didn't go too far off the what?
We need to say what we're what we're excited for.
Oh, good job, Becky. Yeah, one thing we're excited for, one thing we are looking at sideways, and one thing we're kind of upset about. Right?
Okay.
Okay, well, who wants to start today? And let's do the things we're upset about.
The overall lack of any new info coming out of D23 Brazil.
That's what's got you upset?
Yeah, it's annoying.
Okay.
Or my other favorite, it's going to be my go-to for a while, is Magic Keys are sold out.
Right. Okay.
And I'm air quoting, sold out.
Okay. Becky, what are you a little upset about right now?
Well, just because I'm in the process of planning a trip, I'm upset about the park hopper price.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
Crazy.
It makes me miss the days when we didn't have to pay for it.
Yep. Absolutely. And I'm going to chime in with both of you guys. I'm upset that Magic Keys are suspended again for no good reason other than, creating this false scarcity. And the park hopping tickets are just...
Yeah.
I can't get my mind around the fact that it's $65 a person, right?
Oh, no, it was like 85
What?
now.
Just to walk across the Esplanade.
Yeah, depending on, I think if it was the 3 or 2 days, it was either 85 or 95.
Oh, no.
Depending on the 2 things I was looking at per ticket.
Nope. That's absolute. That stuff's got to stop.
Yeah.
When you're paying for a family,
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous individually. But then you add on the cost for a family. I mean, it really goes into, it's a price of a hotel for the night. It's the price of gas to get to the park. It's like at least one-way airfare.
For sure.
Not more.
And you're not there's no value associated with this. It's just I get to walk across the park and the Esplanade and scan into a park that I've already paid to go to. Oh, great, thank you for that. Yeah, that's nonsense. So I'm upset about that, as you can tell. All right, so what are we undecided about right now? We could go either way.
I think for me, seeing where Tiana's is going to go as far as the virtual queue situation and Lightning Lane, I'm curious how long that's going to last, if it's going to be a situation where people have to pay and then you're in. or if the actual virtual queue is realistic. I've got my eye on that.
No, I'm 100% with you. A lot of the unknown, like I already said, so I'm not going to rehash it, but the unknown factor about how popular it's going to be, how long the queue is going to stick around, how complete it is, and how operational it is all going to be things that I'm paying attention to.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And adjacent to that, I've got my eyes on this carriage house. I don't know, that could go either way for me. I like the idea of having a themed gift shop right outside the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
It definitely beats the little kiosk cart they had there.
The merch, I'm looking. Well, I'll let you.
But I just don't know yet, and it's hard for me to reserve judgment because it's not. I don't think it's done. It's physically there, but I think there are some artistic touches that need to be applied to make it seemingly like it's always been there, sort of thing. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. So the jury's out for me on that. But again, your thoughts on TVA are spot on. We want to see how this plays out and see what Disney does with this. Oh, and once that becomes off a virtual queue, that's going to become Lightning Lane. What are they going to do with Pirates?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the other shoe about all this.
It needs to go away.
It needs to go away.
Yep.
As far as the Lightning Lane.
Nobody ever needs to pay for Lightning Lane for Pirates. Ever.
No.
Ever, 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 ever.
Yep.
It blows my
Ever.
mind to think anybody is.
Well, they don't
That is-
know.
Oh.
Yeah. It's just like taking your money and throwing it in the wind.
That is why I get mad at Disney, because they're taking advantage of people who don't know.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Well, I remember when I was booking my flight. All the Walt Disney World stuff, and last year, I'm kind of in the know about it, but I knew they'll get this and this and this. I'm like, I don't think you even need that stuff, all these extra things. Anyways, so last thing, what are we all looking forward to?
Go ahead, Becky. Unless you don't have mine.
nothing.
I've got mine.
Okay.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, two things. I'm looking for the merch that's going to go into the carriage house.
Oh,
For
okay.
the-
Okay.
Because I want to know. I want to see what they're putting in there, because they've needed a home for the Haunted Mansion merch, like a legit home, not what they've been doing. And then,
Well, there's that one shop,
I know, but it's still too smash. It feels like,
and it's obscured, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't know where it was.
yeah, unless you know, then you're not going to know.
Right.
And then the other part, because I think that will help generate more merch and more cool merch.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I'm looking forward to is what they're doing in Downtown Disney, the steakhouse with the bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm really like,
100%.
Let's go, yeah. Let's go.
100%.
Mm-hmm. I think, I am looking forward to the barbecue place. Like, that looks really good. I'm excited for that. I would say in short term, I'm excited for some of the holiday foods to come out.
Oh yeah.
And to hear more information, and maybe our resident foodie will come on and tell us some stuff soon.
He will. He will. Okay. And for me, I'm going to echo Udi with the downtown. I'm stoked about Downtown Disney stuff. Just because I love that they're adding this new thing, and this, it's funny is like if they were doing this at Disneyland, demoing things, but I think I'd be a little more upset about it. But here, Downtown Disney is kind of a blank canvas for me. You can do whatever you need.
I agree.
Although we love Tortilla Joe's, but I'm stoked about Arthur and Sons Steak House and Bourbon. And just that whole vibe. I'm stoked about Porto's. Never been there, but I'm curious to try it. I'm stoked about Parkside Market. Curious to go in there and see what's going on. Stoked about Broken Spell. These are unique experiences that I've been wanting. Now, if they somehow turn that Star Wars Outpost into like an Indiana Jones themed bar or restaurant,
Oh, please do that.
I would be.
My Lord.
Isn't it primed for that?
Prime.
It's like,
Prime.
dude, I
Make another Jacques Lindy's, please.
yes, absolutely.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do have to admit, though, my family growing up, we always left to go to, what was it called? Rainforest Cafe.
Yep.
Because we don't have anything like that in town. And so that always felt special to go there and go to Rainforest. And I know some people probably laugh because I know it's a chain. But
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Yeah, we took the girls there once. It was chaos. It was like, oh, I think the girls liked it. It was just, I would probably go there again.
It's all right.
They have one at Disney Springs. We didn't go into it because there's so many other things going on there. But yeah, all positive stuff.
Yep.
All right, so that's going to wrap up episode number 209. 210 will be coming out in a couple weeks. Hopefully, we'll have the return of Jay for some barbecue review and general discussion. Once again, I want to thank John Justice for coming on next week and for the wonderful book collection. We're going to get through those, and we're just going to pass them around the groups and see and read them. Yeah, okay. If you'd like to get in touch with us, you can send us an email at info@leavingtodaypodcast.com, or you can DM us at our Instagram at Leaving Today Podcast. And again, go to our site. If something you want to do to support the show, we make it super simple for you. If you want to buy a shirt, the holidays are coming up. That also helps us out as well. Until then, actually, Udi, where can people find out more witty banter about you?
You can find me on my socials, which is really mainly Instagram, which is and Twixter, but it's mainly Instagram, which is Haxgolie, HAXGOALIE, and yeah, DM me there.
Awesome. Becky, where can people find out more information about you?
You can find me on Instagram at Becky_Weimer, BECKY_WEIMER.
Excellent. And I know Jess is Storybook Jess. I don't know what other stuff is.
I don't know what it is.
Anyways, you can follow her in there. Yeah, so that's going to wrap up episode. And thank you so much for taking time to listen to us all the way through. Please share your thoughts on anything we've talked about. If you want to be on the show, let us know. We'd love to have you on. All right. Until then, adventures out there. We love you, and we'll see you in the parks.
Bye. Happy Thanksgiving.
See ya. Boom.
Okay.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Okay.
All I need, you know, would be perfect right now?
A Modelo?
No, whiskey or bourbon. Oh,
I
good
ran that
bourbon.
kind of stuff
Oh,
right
my
now.
God.
You wouldn't be able to sleep. You wouldn't be able to get up.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Dude, bourbon, impervious to bourbon.
Okay.
Think of a banana.
Does it help? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Always does. Every time. Don't ask me why. Why are you throwing up? You trying to eat all your food before your sister does? Now you can eat that.
We'll give it a bit.
Yeah, give it a second.
Okay. Woo!
But you make me hot. It's so close, I can feel it.
Kitty.
It's like a breath of fresh air.
Boy, was my face